Hi, I'm McKenzie. My wife Jane and I have been members of Middletown United Methodist Church since 1972 and raised our children here, and have always had wonderful experiences with congregational life in this church. Back in December of this past year, I was diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor. I'd had some vision problems for the last couple of years, and finally we whittled down the diagnosis to the brain tumor. That's the bad news. The good news is that the doctors are very confident that a series of radiation treatments would in fact shrink the tumor in time, and that all would be well. And actually I've started a treatment period in January of this year, 30 treatments, 6 weeks of 5 days a week. And by the time you see this video, I will be completed with all of my treatments and anxious to get finished, of course. And I've done very well, no side effects, a little fatigue, but really feel great. And I'm just real pleased with how the treatment has gone. Through this whole ordeal, I have really not had one moment of fear or one thought of, why me, God? And even if I had, I don't think it would have lasted long. I know Jane and I, our third trip for treatment, we were getting ready to go in, and a little boy came out who was about 10 years old, and he too was experiencing some vision issues. But it had snowed in Cincinnati the night before, where my treatments are, and his mother said that he was anxious to get home and play in the snow. And I remember very briefly, I thought, my goodness, that I'm 61 years old and I've had a wonderful life and a beautiful marriage and fabulous children and a great family, wonderful supportive friends, a strong spiritual life, a good professional life, and had even been looking forward, God willing, to the next 20 or 30 years with retirement with Jane, and where we could travel and visit grandchildren and do the things we'd wanted to do. And this little boy just wanted to go home and play in the snow. And it made me think at the time, God, why him? Why him, and certainly why not me? This tumor at this time of our lives was not something Jane and I wanted, expected, or planned for, but that's life. And as was explained to me, life is something that happens when you're making plans. But I often think of the people in our congregation and other friends that we have who also have experienced things they didn't plan for. We have friends who've lost spouses, and friends who've lost children, and friends who've lost their positions, jobs, or have financial problems, or have relational issues with their children. The list goes on, and I know they didn't plan those, but the way that they've dealt with that loss in their life and their grief in their life has provided such blessings to Jane and I, and set such an example that this is how you handle difficult situations. You do it with courage and perseverance and faithfulness. And those folks, I'm sure, don't even realize they've been such a lesson to me and to others as a source of strength and source of real love and compassion, that they don't even realize they've done that. Jane and I ultimately think that this tumor is an absolute blessing in my life. And the reason it is, I think God was telling me that, Mac, you're a good person, but you can do so much better. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to be better. I do think that going through this episode, and even when we finish treatment and complete that I will be a better person. And I commit to being a better person, and a better husband, and a better father, and a better grandfather, and a better friend, as well as a better follower of Jesus Christ. And I cannot argue that God's plan is not better than my plan. Jane and I also want to thank this congregation and our other friends for the amazing support that we've had these couple of months. The cards, the calls, the prayers, the support, the food, the good wishes, it has just been remarkable. And it's given us such strength that people have shown such love and support. It's been so fulfilling, and we've often talked to each other and wondered how people who don't have a strong belief and don't have a strong support system manage through something like this. And we would hate to do it. I'm not sure we could. So congregation and those who see this, we just want to thank you all for all the love and compassion you've given us. It's so meaningful to us, and it's helped us get through this, and it'll make us stronger people. So we do want to thank the congregation. It's been an amazing ride, and we've learned so much from it. And we want to thank you, and we want to tell you we love you, and God bless you all.